Welcome back to Mancave Moment, a show about life, sports, drink, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about.
Yeah, today we're mixing up a little bit.
We are.
Going off the beaten path. I think we've talked about sports 4 out of the 5 episodes so far.
Been pretty close. That's been our main theme, which that's what we know, that's what we love, that's what we talk about a lot.
Well, now we're going to talk about something that we really love.
And
maybe not as much as sport or vacations or hanging out, but movies.
Love movies.
Oh, dude. Every night when I'm going to bed, put a movie on and fall asleep to.
Yeah.
The wife gets mad because I'll fall asleep in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And she's watching the whole movie.
And she's watching the whole movie.
Yeah.
So now, every night when I turn it on, before I even lay my head on the pillow, before I lay down in bed, sleep timer goes on.
Okay.
So that the TV turns off on its own.
Yep.
Then I'm not keeping my wife up till 4 in the morning.
Yeah, but she's up reading, isn't she? That's her form of entertainment?
It is, but she can fall asleep better if the screen is off while she's reading.
Gotcha.
Because it's too much stimulation from the light.
Sure.
I've got a Roku in the room, and I had been putting the headset and connecting the headset so I can hear it, but just one ear in because I don't want it to wrap around my neck, although she might try to wrap it around my neck.
It could happen.
It could happen, but I've thought about getting the Bluetooth adapter and then getting a headband that has speakers in it.
Okay. All right, there you go. I like it.
Yeah, trying to adapt for my wife.
That's nice. That's nice. And see, I am a no TV in the bedroom. I want it pitch black for me to fall asleep because when we start getting into movies, I'm going to watch a movie. If it's something I like. If it's something that maybe my wife might have chosen, I can get distracted easily. But I'm blind as a bat when my glasses are off, my contacts out. And if I hear something, because my hearing hasn't gone yet. My wife might think it has, but it hasn't gone yet. If I hear something, I want to perk up and look at it. So,
well, for me, I only will put a movie on that I know forwards, backwards, left, and right.
Okay.
So that when I close my eyes and I can hear them talking, I know exactly where we're at
the scene is. Perfect.
Yeah. So, I mean, it depends on the time of year. So, come February, the first thing I watch is 42, When Pitches and Catches Report.
Okay.
So I watch that religiously. Well, then for opening day, I'll throw in Field of Dreams. I'll throw in Sandlot, Rookie of the Year, and watch it that time. In the summer, it's irrelevant because there's not a whole lot of. It's not a sports season, but
summer's baseball.
Yeah, but it's not the beginning of the season.
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
preparing
for it. Okay.
So but in the beginning of the
fall.
NFL, it'll be The Program, which is a football movie.
Yep.
Or Draft Day.
Okay.
I'll watch those two. And then when college basketball comes around, I'll watch Blue Chips.
Okay.
So I kind of plan. Okay. I plan my sleeping.
Never knew that about you.
Yeah.
Never knew that about you.
My wife thinks I'm ridiculous.
I mean, I get it, but I get it.
Yeah.
You know? So.
And I've seen those movies enough that I know them inside and out. And you could give me a line from it, and I'll figure out where you're at in the movie without even watching the television.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Okay. So the big debate that we're going to start off with today is the movie theater.
Okay.
Versus your couch.
You know, as I'm 38, father of 3, couch me up, baby. Get me on that couch.
Yeah.
But as a teenager, maybe early 20s, it was movie theater. It was I want to go to the movies. Because at that point, you know, I was living at home with my parents. I wanted to get away from them.
Correct.
In the evening. I wanted to have fun. So it was always theater. Well, then in my early 20s, it was, you know, let's go watch the movie. Because it was usually a date. Well, I don't want to. I lived with my parents until I was 24.
Yeah.
So it's not like I wanted to have a date over at the house.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd rather go to the movie.
Yeah, you know, that was a good first or second date, was dinner and a movie type of thing. I get it. You know, and when you went to the theater, like, it was the theater. Massive screen.
Yeah.
You always got the newest and the biggest hits.
Yeah.
You know, especially like now, COVID really changed things.
Yeah.
Right? COVID got people to understand that you can gross almost as much money by just going straight to a platform.
You can almost gross more money because you don't have to pay
the rights
and things of that nature.
Yeah. So you know, but back and how it's almost always been is the newest, biggest hits. The one thing for me, I've always liked is that theater is cold, right?
Me, in the summer, long sleeve shirt, shorts.
For me, I'm fine with a short sleeve shirt and shorts for two reasons. A, right? Again, think of the process. I enjoy being cooler than hotter, right? Yep. Secondly, if I'm on a date, she's snuggling with me.
And you got a blanket
because it's cold. I got a blanket on, right? So we've got that going for it. But you did hit the head on the nail. As we're older,
you hit the nail on the head.
The nail on the head on the nail. Well, no, I probably hit my head on a nail.
Or we used the nail to drive into your head.
That might have been the couch, man. I mean, the biggest thing for me about the couch right now, the pause button.
See, here I know where you're heading, and I love that.
Yeah.
I have a subconscious rule when I am picking a movie for the theater. If my wife really wants to go, there's no talking her out of it. Okay, I'm going.
Okay.
We're going to usually go get sushi before, and then we'll go to the movie. However, I look to see how long the movie is.
Okay.
If the movie is going to run over 90 minutes, I have a very hard time going to the movie to watch it because I know that she's going to miss 5 minutes and I'm going to miss 5 minutes because we're both going to have to go to the bathroom at some point during that movie.
That makes sense.
If it's 90 minutes or less, I'm okay watching the movie in the theater because I can survive.
You can make it. She can't.
She cannot. The last movie we went to see in the theater was Downton Abbey: A New Era.
Okay.
And my wife is a huge fan of the Downton series. I have grown to like it. And we went to see it. And I shit you not, 15 minutes in,
she was in the
bathroom. Comes back, and what is the first thing she does? What did I miss? Nothing much, but a lot at the same time.
Yeah.
When you're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, I'm okay with running off to the bathroom during that because it's like, it's not a must-see for me, but I'm there with my wife.
Sure.
But the last time that I was at a movie that I absolutely loved and wanted to see was Transformers. Okay. The second Transformers, The Rise of the Fallen. And, I literally held my piss to the point where it was starting to hurt. And I almost pissed in my empty pop cup watching the movie. Because I didn't want to miss it. I'm an action guy. I want action movies. And if it's, Christopher Bay, what's his name?
Michael Bay.
Yep. Christopher Nolan does Batman. So
Yep.
I get those two confused. But with those two guys, you don't want to miss the action. You don't want to miss the blowing the shit up.
Yep.
You don't want to miss all that stuff. So if it's a movie like that, I'm going to try my damnedest to not miss it.
Yeah, no, I agree. In the last movie we went to see Love and Thunder, Thor, in the summer of last year when we were down in Florida.
Okay.
And
all four
of us. Okay. Yep, that was something that we were trying to find something to do on an overcast and rainy day.
I was going to ask you, was it a rainy day down there?
Yeah, it was supposed to be. So it was nice because, we'd gotten up, we'd gone to breakfast, it was beautiful. Then we knew this was the, 3-4 hours of storm. So we had, bought our tickets, got in, for a daytime showing, took the kids, but couldn't make it. Couldn't make it through the whole movie, because I'm that guy that, I know what I'm getting when I go to the concession stand. And all that.
Speaking of concession stand, we got all these wonderful snacks.
We do. For me, it's nostalgia. This is what I got when I went to the theater.
So the only thing that we don't have here that I would get is I wouldn't get pop.
Okay.
I would get the icy.
The icy. Okay, yeah. We and that's what we get. One usually an icy, and then we usually get some kind of a soda. Tonight we're doing the Coke Zero.
Yep.
We're both big Zero guys.
I don't know when the last time I had a regular pop.
I can tell you that I will do McDonald's regular Coke because it's McDonald's Coke.
But McDonald's Diet Coke is just as good.
No, it tastes like shit.
Well, to you, but to me, I like it.
Yeah.
But if I go to the movie today with the new super pop machine, where you can get 30 different kinds of pop, okay, I'll get a pop.
Yeah.
But prior to that, it was always the blue. It was always the blue.
Raspberry.
Always blue raspberry icy. I was a slush puppy kid through and through.
Oh my gosh.
We were where were we at? We were somewhere recently. And I want to say we were. You know what? We went skiing.
Okay.
Last week? 2 weeks ago now. And we were up in Michigan.
Okay.
And went into a 50s diner.
Okay.
They had slush puppies.
Really?
And I got me a blue raspberry slush puppy.
Wow.
So I'm a slush puppy guy through and through. I'll take the pop now.
Yep.
Because there's a whole different flavor. But back when we were kids, it was 5 pops. It was your regular, your diet, your clear, your Dr. Pepper, and then another.
Yep.
Whether it depends.
Mountain Dew, Mellow Yellow.
It depends, but there was always the red and the blue slush. Hit me with that blue slush all day.
There you go. There you go. And after drinking one of those, I would have to go to the bathroom. So for me, being at home, that private my own bathroom, right? I can pause it for as long as I need to and go to the bathroom. I know that these theaters have become so much more fancy and the chairs are bigger and more plush, but sitting in my own recliner is still a perk.
Well, I have fallen asleep in those recliners many a time during the previews. So that's another reason I like to be at home. I don't have to watch the previews.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if I wanted to go to the theater now, you have to buy a ticket to a certain seat. It's assigned seats now. You can kind of skip the previews. But back when we went, if you didn't get there 20 minutes before the previews, you were in the nosebleeds or front row.
Yep.
Couldn't get a good seat.
Which, I will tell you, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in the theater was Independence Day. And I was front row for that. And when they blew the White House, I felt it. It was amazing to watch that in the theater with that.
Well, right. But if you go today and sit in the theater, you can lay back and you don't get the front row neck.
Correct.
But back when you probably had.
We had the
like
front
this.
row. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
front row neck.
Yeah.
Kind of like Taco Neck in the Shaq commercial and he can make his free throws back in the day.
Yes.
So
plus the food. I mean, when we're buying the food, it's like, I went to CVS and it was buy two get one free. They were $2 a piece, so $4 for all three of those. Those things are $4.
No,
at the theater,
like 5 or 6 now.
Oh my gosh!
Like I would go to Walmart, buy a box for $1.
Yep, I remember when they were $1. Yep,
and then I'd take bottled water. Well, because I just didn't feel like carrying cans.
Yeah,
so I'd take bottles of water in because it's so damn expensive.
Yeah.
And then, after I turned 21, I would take, my little nips in, my airplane bottles, mix my booze in it.
There you go.
And watch a movie. Now I can actually just get booze at the movie theater.
Yeah, that's a astonishing. We're in a day and an age where we go to the movie theater and get booze. Yeah. Which does make it's twofold. It makes it enjoyable when you're at a movie that you don't necessarily want to watch because you took the family. But it also moves that bathroom scale up.
It does, 100%. 100% without a doubt. So, it's 50-50. It just depends on the length of the movie. Does my wife really want to see it in the theater? Or are we cool with it waiting? So
yeah, we my wife, for the most part, it's not a big deal. It's more my son. He's huge into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, if there's one that really tips the scale, we usually try to go see it in the theater. It doesn't always happen.
No.
But, that's kind of weird.
My girls are always asking me for movies. Always. I mean, we've seen both the Frozen movies. We've seen both the Minion movies, all 3 of the Despicable Me movies. I remember taking Peyton to her first movie. It was Cars 3.
Okay.
Was the first one. She hated every minute of being in that movie theater.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
When the kids were young, we typically took them to the Cinema Grill.
Oh, love the Cinema
So
Grill.
we were able to go in, and it was more of a casual environment. We could get some food and have some dinner. And if they were a little louder, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Did you ever go there when they actually played sports on there? So every year they'd always play both IU Purdue basketball games.
I did not.
They would play.
Never went to any of that.
Yeah, I did that once. They would play some random football games.
Didn't even know that. That would be cool. I would have done that.
I would have done more if they would have continued doing that, but they stopped doing it at some point. I don't know, but I remember going specifically to the IU Purdue game in 2004.
Okay.
And the place was just packed. Wow. Standing room only.
Wow.
They had the back lights on, but the front lights off because obviously they were projecting it.
Yep.
But it was a cool experience.
Huh. Interesting.
But movies there, so laid back. You remember the dollar theaters that Fort Wayne used to have back? Way back in the day.
I do. I remember you could go see a somewhat recent.
It was
not new.
It was not.
But
if it didn't do amazing in 6 weeks, they got
pushed to the dollar theater.
If it did amazing after 6 weeks and they bumped the normal theater back.
Yep.
Then they would push the dollar.
Yep.
But it was $1 to go see a movie any time of day.
Yep.
Tuesdays was like 50 cents. You can get this for a quarter. But those obviously went away real quick.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah,
I did a lot of that. I was very fortunate. A couple of my friends in high school did work at the movie theater, so didn't pay much to get into the theater. We bought food while we were there. Usually got popcorn and a drink and some candy. But so I saw a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Just because I wasn't paying for it.
Right. Well,
which was nice for me.
You live 3 blocks away from the movie theater.
Well, it wasn't that one.
Well, it was $1 theater, though.
Yeah.
But you could have gone to see. I remember my first movie going by myself was Rookie of the Year. And I remember my dad dropping me off and then leaving. Or pretending to leave. Whether he left or not, it's a different story. He could have dropped me off, went in park, sat in the back row.
Yep.
And I watched the movie by myself. I was like 8, 10 years old.
Okay.
So my assumption is...
Where was that at?
That was at... I don't remember what... It was at Gateway. So was it...
Okay.
It was a Gateway movie theater?
Yeah, Gateway.
Is that what it was
Gateway
called?
Plaza.
It was
Okay.
the $1 theater.
Okay.
I just remember Dad dropping me off. I went in with my $4.
I don't remember the first movie I went to at a theater alone.
That's the only movie I've ever seen by myself.
I don't know, I watched a bunch in high school because buddy was working. I just go in and sit in the theater,
hang out afterwards.
Hang out afterwards. I do remember one of the first official dates I went on.
Okay.
I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
Her name was Dina. Her dad was a teacher.
At Northside?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. And my mom had to drive. I didn't have. I was 15. Didn't have a car. And matter of fact, I might have been 14. I'm trying to remember when I turned 15. If it was the end of 8th grade or. But yeah, so we picked her up. We went to Glenbrook.
Okay.
The old Glenbrook Cinema.
I remember that.
And so I can't tell you what movie we saw, but we saw a movie, and it was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Being on a date with a girl.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, no, I mean, as I reflect back, first dates at the movie theaters are dumb. There really are. You go and you hang out, you have dinner, and then you go to a movie and you sit in silence for call it 2 hours from the time that you had to get there back in the day until you left.
Yep.
You wouldn't talk.
No.
Like, what kind of first date is that? Like, but it was like. It was
the thing to do.
Yeah, like it was the norm.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go on a date? Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to go to a movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it gave you the opportunity to hold a girl's hand.
Yep.
And see is that part compatible?
Right. I'll give you that. But outside of that, I mean, it was just like if you've been dating a while. Okay. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, now I've been married for over 10 years. For us to go to a movie and be able to sit in silence for 10 minutes or 2 hours, I'm not mad at it.
No.
It's
actually my wife likes to watch movies because then she doesn't hear my kids talking. My kids aren't climbing over her, and I'm not talking.
Now, that surprises me because I would picture you the guy that's talking in the theater.
Oh no! If I'm in the theater, I'm quiet and I'm watching.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. Now, top movie. Let's go our top 5.
Okay.
Let's start from 5. We'll each discuss 5. We'll each discuss 4, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Well, see, my ranking is in no particular order.
Oh,
did you rank yours in 1 through 5 order?
My 1 is definitely number 1.
Okay.
4 through 5 could be flipped in any order.
Okay.
But okay, that's we'll for all.
Okay, I'm good with my 1 being my overall number 1.
Okay.
So let's lay out our 5 through 2.
Okay.
And then so for me, I've got Transformers.
Okay. Now, is it Transformers as a whole, or is it
the first one is definitely the best for me.
Okay.
The first 3
with
Shia LaBeouf are a better plot line and storyline than when we get into Marky
See,
Mark.
I love Mark Wahlberg. My wife thinks that he's my second biggest man crush.
Okay. Am I your first?
No. I don't know if you make the top 5, buddy. No, Tom Brady is my number 1. Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
But Marky Mark, I just...
So
if it's a Marky Mark movie on TV, I'm watching it. So, like, on Sunday, there was, they did a bunch of football movies because of playoffs. Well, I started watching Invincible.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
Well, that was over. Then I started cruising through. Well, the Italian Job was on.
Okay.
Different channel.
Yep.
So I watched that moment. I was like, you having a Mark Wahlberg
moment?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
And that's funny because as I look at your list, there's no Mark Wahlberg on there.
There's not.
There's not.
There's not.
But you know, when we have that, there was Megan Fox, Shia LaBeouf. The voice of Optimus was what I remember as a kid. I was such a big Transformers guy as a kid. I love the toys.
And Thundercats.
Yes.
I'm waiting for that Thundercats movie to come out. If it ever does.
I am too.
That might be a mandate.
It might be. It might be. Which that might lead to another episode of nostalgic cartoons.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm in. Count me in.
The Avengers.
Okay.
Again, action.
See,
I love the whole franchise.
when you say Avengers, I love the Avengers, don't get me wrong. But it's hard to pick out which one's better than the other because they all tie in.
Correct.
There's very few of them that only have the one superhero in it.
Correct.
But if you're going to go Avengers when they're all actually full cast in the movies, I'm about to say Civil War is one of my favorites of the Avengers because it's really a Captain America movie.
It's a Captain America, designated Captain America
But that's
movie.
got, outside of the actual Avenger movies, that's got the most superheroes.
Correct.
And that's my choice. If I were going that route.
For me, my son and I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's only a handful that I'm not a big fan of, out of all of what they've produced, including some of the shows. But I feel like you can't go through the entire universe and not watch the Avengers. It is, to me, the Avengers Assemble. The first Avengers movie is the absolute key to tying in the entire universe.
Okay, now my question with the Avengers. Have you watched them start to finish, not based on when they were released,
chronologically?
But chronologically,
yes.
Okay.
Up until this new stuff, like Shang-Chi or that one. I've gotten all the way through.
To me, that's not part of it because none of those guys.
Yes, I've gotten all the way through all four Avenger movies.
Yeah, but okay.
Starting with Captain America.
No, Captain America's not the first one. Captain Marvel is the first. No, Captain America.
Captain America is the first movie.
You're right. Then it goes Captain Marvel.
Yes. Then I worked my way through.
Yeah.
Well, yes. And I've even watched a little bit of Agent Carter and some of that stuff. But yes, when it comes to just the movies, I've watched them in the correct order.
I like it.
Yeah. So, Spaceballs.
Okay.
My big comedy on this. There's so many good one-liners in here.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Okay.
And I don't know if I watched it start to finish when I did see it.
Okay.
Because I remember what sticks out of my head is the Overstar Darth Vader helmet.
Yep.
That is the guy from
Rick Moranis. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yep. And then John Candy as like a dog or something.
He's Barf.
Barf. That's what sticks out when I hear Spaceballs. Who directed Spaceballs?
Mel Brooks.
Okay. That's the only common thread between your 5 and my 5 is Mel Brooks.
Yes. The other one, White Christmas. For me,
I have never seen it.
White Christmas for our family has been a family tradition ever since I can remember.
Like
we watch
your
it.
Current family or
my
like
mom,
your brothers?
my mom, my aunts.
Okay.
I remember growing up as a kid, these drunk older ladies sitting there watching a musical at Christmas time, singing at the top of their lungs, completely off key.
Okay.
Right? With one of my favorite older singers in Bing Crosby.
He was phenomenal.
I love the voice. I love the song White Christmas. The musical, which I'm not... musicals I can take and leave. I don't mind them. I enjoy a good musical. And to me, White Christmas has a lot of the elements. It's Christmas time. Yep. There's love. There's good music. There's a couple songs that are terrible. So up to my top one, that's where I rank. And again, for me, these are movies that I could put on any time of year, any day, and just literally binge
watch
through.
straight through.
Correct.
So if you were told, Pat, you have You are not allowed to do anything but watch 5 movies. That's what you're picking.
That's what I'm going to put on.
Okay. And obviously, those 4 will be played. Would you start with your number 1, or do you finish with your number 1? We'll get into your number 1 in a bit.
It just depends on the mood I'm in.
I can see you, without giving away too much information, I can see you watching Transformers and Avengers back to back.
Yep.
And then immediately going into your number 1 because it's action, action, action.
Yep. I could see me starting with White Christmas, moving to Spaceballs, and then hitting my 3 action movies.
So I'm going to go with Spaceballs you'll watch first to get your comedy.
Okay.
Avengers, Transformers, your number 1.
Yep.
And then White Christmas.
To just wrap up my day. Yeah,
well, and there's a reason behind that, and we'll talk about that one.
Okay.
All right, so number 5 for me is The Lion King.
Okay.
I absolutely love Lion King.
We are talking the Disney cartoons version
with Jonathan,
that came out before you were born.
No, okay. I'm not. I wish I was that young. But Jonathan Taylor Thomas as young Simba. Darth Vader as
James Earl Jones.
I love to refer to him as Darth Vader because even when I talk about Sandlot, I call him Darth Vader.
Yep.
But he's Mufasa. I love that movie. I mean, you got Pumbaa right here, hey, and then Timon over here. Yeah,
wasn't Timon the supposed brains of the operation?
I am the brains of the operation most
definitely,
days.
Definitely. And now I do make a lot of Pumbaa sounds.
Yeah, I do too. I cleared out the dining room last night when we were playing a game of cards.
Oh, it was here at the house.
Yeah, it was here at the house.
Okay, I thought it was at the restaurant.
No. But I just love it. It's nostalgia, being around family.
Yep.
When I was a kid, they were putting out in my opinion, the great cartoon Disney movies.
Yes.
2D musicals, watched them on repeat
all the time.
Now, today's movies, they're good, but they're more 3D. But give me that 2D old school nostalgia.
I fell in love with Ariel when I was a kid.
I'm sure you did.
Hot redhead, like the ocean.
Yep,
perfect for me.
There you go. Breakfast Club,
very good movie.
Love
very good
Breakfast
movie.
Club. It's just the sheer fact that it's so entertaining, and they're legitimately in one freaking room all day long. There's not the extra flash, pizzazz. Now, again, in the movie, they do run around the school.
Yeah.
But,
but it was very contained.
Yes.
Very simple.
Absolutely. The girl from 16 Candles. The kid from 16 Candles is in that, too. I can't remember his name. My wife right now, if she heard me say that kid from that, she would
correct you.
Oh my God, she'd whoop my ass. But I love the Breakfast Club. It's really cool. It's funny. It's cheesy at times. Number 3, Bull Durham.
Okay.
Love me some Bull Durham. Bull Durham, it's a great baseball movie.
Yes.
It's got arguably the greatest sports movie actor as a lead role.
Kevin Costner.
I mean, he's been in Field of Dreams. He's been
numerous
in,
sports.
I think 3 or 4 baseball movies, a golf movie. So love Kevin Costner. Susan Sarandon's in it.
Yep.
So baseball, man. It's baseball.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
It's not professional baseball. It's like the life of minor league players and what they actually have to deal with. Taking a shitty bus, all that stuff.
Yep.
I never got to play professional baseball or anything close to professional baseball. I did have to ride shitty buses for college baseball, but, it's really cool. Number 2, this is where it ties into you, Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles.
I've only seen that movie twice.
Okay.
I enjoy it. We talked the other day, that movie could never be made now.
Not only could it be not made now, they cannot put it on TV now. The movie would be 10 minutes long if it was on TV.
Yes. And
that's with commercial breaks. The slapstick comedy, the inappropriate humor, that movie, there's no way in God's green earth would that be able to be made today.
No.
That would get shut down real quick. That's really the first movie that I ever watched that had diversity in it.
Okay.
And it was brought to the attention. But nonetheless, very inappropriate. And that's what, tied in.
Yeah, Mel Brooks is comedy.
Now, I'm going to go with my favorite movie of all time.
Number 1 movie for you.
Ties in with an actor from Bull Durham. Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne.
Okay.
He's what do they call him? He's the rookie pitcher. He's the big shot pitcher. I can't.
Okay.
Crash. Crash was Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner's character.
I don't remember his nickname.
Okay.
But I just remember you breathe out of your eyelids from.
Okay.
But hands down, favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
Arguably my probably top 3 favorite actor of all time. Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
I just love Shawshank Redemption. I love the story behind it. Not a whole lot of inappropriate or what we'd consider politically incorrect these days. But phenomenal movie, great suspenseful movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Oh
all
my
the way through.
god! So I used to watch it all the time when it was on TV as a kid.
Okay.
And on TV, it's 3 hours long because commercials.
Yeah.
And I, didn't. I started watching it when I was 15 or 16, and I'd watch it on TV. And my mom would join, and she'd sit on the couch, and she hated the movie. Well, when we finally got a DVD player, I went out, and that was the first DVD I bought. Put it in. She watched it start to finish, no interruptions. She loved the movie.
Okay.
But when you come in and you see the middle half hour, then the next time the first half hour, then the last half hour, it's hard to piece it together until you watch it start to finish.
Sure.
I'm about to give you the DVD when you leave here today and make you watch it this weekend.
Don't have a DVD player. Nice try. I'm digital. But you know what? I will go on Vudu, and I will see if I can purchase it for a fair and reasonable price.
I bet you it's $5.
Then I will go ahead and purchase it, and I might even download that.
Of all the DVDs you have in your house, you have a whole bookshelf of DVDs.
We got rid of it.
Okay.
We did get rid of it. We had a Blu-ray player.
I tried to stay away from
that room when we moved cords.
Okay.
We got rid of it. Now, I shouldn't say that. Brooklyn has a DVD player in her room.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well, when I go to your house and hang out, I try to stay out of that room because that's Harrison's room.
Yes.
And you can hardly see the floor when you walk through.
Correct.
So
my number one movie is my all-time favorite Christmas movie as well. Right?
Yeah.
And with one of my favorite actors, we're talking about Die Hard, people.
Now do you know why I said you would do Transformers or Spaceballs, Transformers, Avengers, Die Hard, then White Christmas?
Yes,
because of Transformers.
We're just moving right into Christmas. My favorite holiday makes sense. I can see that. It definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Just for the time frame it takes place, the technology that it had, the whole when you're watching the movie. You're watching, a terrorist activity, and at the end you find out they're just a bunch of bank robbers. They're a bunch of thieves.
Yeah.
And then the tie-in for the other movies. But it definitely has my favorite line in almost all the movies that I've ever seen. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. I mean, how great is that line?
All right, so I'm thinking of a whole different series. It's not Die Hard.
Okay.
I was thinking something else, and I'm not going to embarrass myself.
That's a good idea.
It's better to keep my mouth shut.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I was going to say, I'm getting too old for this shit, but that's Murtaugh, and that's Mel Gibson, that's Lethal Weapon, that's not Die Hard.
I believe Bruce says it in one of the newer Die Hards. Because we have the last one I think we have with his son.
Are there 5 now?
I think there's 5.
Okay, because
the first 3.
Well, the original 3.
Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Die Harder.
Die Harder.
And that's with...
A Good Day to Die Hard.
Is Die Harder, is that with the kid from Accepted and Waiting, and he's in Dodgeball?
I think so.
Okay,
yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right, before we get into, I got to ask you. Give me your top 2 female actresses and your top 2 male actresses.
Is in what?
It doesn't matter. Just overall, don't pick out a certain genre.
Because they're cute, because they're female, or because I like them.
Because they're a good actress.
Because I watch their... Okay.
I mean...
I'm gonna go with my wife's favorite because I love the movies that she's in.
Okay.
I don't watch them enough, and that's Audrey Hepburn.
I don't know why, but I was thinking Audrey Hepburn in my mind.
I mean, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she was sophisticated, and she was always playing in the older movies.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you that.
I would say nowadays, for me, I really, really like Anne Hathaway.
She is sneaky good.
And Scarlett Johansson. Those two are like 1A, 1B.
Okay. So I was going to say ScarJo.
Okay.
I like her in the Avengers movies. I like her in Black Widow. Black Widow was not a great movie overall, but she was phenomenal in that movie.
Yes.
I do like her. I think Sandra Bee is one of my favorites.
I definitely could see that.
So Sandra Bee is phenomenal.
She's got a lot of good movies.
She's got phenomenal movies.
So who are you? You're going with Sandra Bee?
I'm going Sandra Bee, and then it's sad that there aren't as many females that jump to mind as male actors.
Yes.
But, when you look at the course of time, we're just now getting into there's more females compared to males who are lead leaders. Yep. So when I think of what movies in the 90s, you get your Susan Sarandon, but mine's got to be Julia Roberts.
I can't argue with either of those.
She's in so many iconic movies.
Yep.
She's gorgeous. She knows how to act. She's in probably one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and that's the Ocean's movies.
Okay.
So
give me your guys, your top male actors.
Man, this is very difficult for me.
Okay.
Very difficult. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would have said Adam Sandler, because I loved his slapstick comedy shit.
Okay.
But now that all of his stuff's going straight to streaming, they're still good movies.
Yeah.
But they're not movies that jump off the page to me.
I will tell you, I had a hard time leaving the movie Grown Ups off of my list.
That's just
absolutely
and the cast made that
love those two movies.
I do too.
Literally, that's almost always a download for me when I travel.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm going to be the guy on the airplane laughing my ass off with my earbuds in because of that movie.
So I'm torn for number. I really have a 1A, 1B, and a 2.
Okay.
Morgan.
Okay.
And Denzel.
Okay. I like them.
They're both very versatile.
Yep.
They both have that strong present in the movie. They both have that. You can just tell that they're the ones that are in the movie. And I would say Ryan Reynolds, man.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
He is.
Again, he's good in almost everything he's done.
Yes, and he can do different things.
Yes.
So, more recently in the last, 5 to 10 years, he's been comedy. But, The Proposal. It's got him and Sandra Bee.
Good movie. Like it.
Yep. He's in... Was
it Love Actually? Was that?
Yes.
Was that the name of the movie?
That's what I was thinking.
With the little girl?
That is... Yeah, I can't remember.
And he's telling the story of how he met her mom.
And that's a serious movie.
Yeah, it's serious, but it's still funny.
There's
it's drama.
Rom-com, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, he's in... The Proposal's obviously a rom-com. But he's in Red Notice with The Rock. And we left her off the list. How can we do that? Gal Gadot.
For me, it's just very recent. I love Gal Gadot. Yeah. She's gorgeous. She's a phenomenal actress. Right. In what I've seen of her.
Very talented.
Very talented.
She's got pipes, man. She can sing. She's got some pipes on her.
So, but to me, there wasn't enough that I've seen. I mean, Red Notice and Wonder Woman and the cameo in the Superman Batman movie.
Well,
whatever.
then she's also in a couple of the Fast and the Furious movies.
Didn't watch them.
They're not that great.
Yeah, that's why.
But so that's what I would do now versus 10 years ago it'd be different.
Okay,
but yeah.
Well, so. I'm leaving Bruce on my list. I think Bruce is. I know that the last probably 5 to 10 years of his movies have pretty much been shit when they come out because I see him on net. Didn't even know he was in the movie. Didn't even know the movie was made. And he was in the movie. But I like almost all of the older stuff.
You know what? One of the most underrated Bruce movies is The Whole Nine Yards.
Fantastic movie.
It's so underrated.
Fantastic. I think Last Man Standing too. It's not very underrated.
I don't know if I've seen it.
It's kind of a western-y movie.
Oh man, I love.
So
I'm totally into westerns.
And then the other one I'm going to put on the list is if this guy's in a movie, I want to see it.
Okay.
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, The Rock, he's phenomenal.
I love.
You want to just go ahead and plug your shorts?
I got my hat. I got my shorts on today. I love his material. I love his energy drink. I love
his content in general.
Yes,
he's only been in about 3 movies that have been garbage.
You count on The Tooth Fairy?
The Tooth Fairy was garbage. The Game Plan was kind of garbage. And then
because he signed on for what, 2 or 3 Disney movies?
No, he did like 3 or 4.
Okay.
Because the first one was Gridiron Gang.
Okay.
That was his first or second movie.
Okay.
Because Walking Tall was in there. But I think Walking Tall was first.
Gotcha.
And then yes, Gridiron Gang, phenomenal. Game Plan, Tooth Fairy, Race to Witch Mountain remake,
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like I got
Jumanji movies.
Both Jumanji, phenomenal.
Yep.
Red Notice.
Fantastic. Awesome. Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart.
I
love Kevin Hart, but I list Kevin Hart as a comedian more than an actor. I know I shouldn't. And again, he's the type of person, if he's in a movie, I probably am going to watch it.
But I'm not going out of my way to go to a movie to see him. No. I would go out of my way to go see a Dwayne Johnson movie. Yeah. Have you watched Jungle Cruise yet?
I have not.
Oh my God. Not. You need to watch Jungle Cruise.
I know I need to watch Blunt.
Like that. All right, when you go on the airplane,
I already have plans for that.
Oh God.
I am trying to rewatch season 1 of Jack Ryan so I can download seasons 2 and 3 and watch those while I travel.
All right,
I really want to get caught up on that. I love that series.
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten enough time.
Perfect.
Part of that for us, for my family, is my wife isn't into the realistic stuff.
See, my wife can't watch it before bed. Otherwise, she'll have night terrors.
That's how Becca is.
And I can't watch it with the kids because the content and the language.
Correct.
I don't think that'd be responsible as an adult.
Correct. I don't do that. If Harrison has to come in the room and I'm watching it gets paused immediately.
Yep. Agreed.
So that's where my head is on that. Now that doesn't mean that that's going to happen because I don't know if I'm going to have enough time before we go. I don't have much time in the evenings anymore to do that.
Well, what you should do then, I mean, you're obviously leaving in like 4 days, so you're not going to be able to. But I think that should be your next family movie when you get back. Saturday when you get back. Mm-hmm. And you get your kids, you get unpacked, sit everybody down and watch Jungle Cruise.
Might have to do that.
I might come over for the first 15 minutes of the movie, and I'll drop all my dad jokes that pertain to the movie.
Okay.
Because my wife slapped me in the face multiple times in the first 10 minutes.
Oh, awesome.
And then I'll leave and let you go.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. All right, so...
Snack time.
Yes, snack time. Are you a popcorn or candy guy?
I'm going to go with candy mainly.
So...
Definitely team candy for Greenie.
So if I'm going into the movie theater and not smuggling candy in, I'm a popcorn guy.
Okay.
I can't justify spending $6-7 on this when it's $1.
I agree.
So if I don't take those in, I'm getting popcorn, extra butter.
Okay.
If I'm taking candy in, I'm going Reese Pieces.
Okay.
And I'm going Sour Patch. I'm taking both. Reese Pieces and Sour Patch.
Do you eat them together?
Yes. Not all of them, but every once in a while.
That's a strange combination.
It is a strange combination. I'm a weird dude.
You are.
I'm really weird.
You are.
But those... That's my snack.
And see, I'm a hot tamales guy. Mm-hmm. I love making myself some sweet tarts. Mm-hmm. On the popcorn, when we go to the theater now as a family, there's popcorn. We are getting popcorn. Yep. It's a given. Yep. It's going to be as much butter as they will humanly put on there.
You could just fill a bag of butter and I'll just dip my popcorn in it.
Exactly. Like that's the way I want it. Absolutely. There's something that different about movie theater buttery popcorn. Than even when you go buy the extra super duper butter popcorn that you pop in the microwave.
You're right, but you don't have the fresh hot butter.
Correct.
At home.
Now.
And when you melt a stick of butter and pour it over your popcorn, it is not the same. It is not the same.
Agreed. Okay. To a certain extent.
Okay.
So, I dated a girl in high school, and her parents made popcorn. Usually on Sunday nights, we made popcorn.
On the stove?
On the stove.
Okay.
And you cooked it in bacon fat.
Oh.
And then there was usually at least a stick, if not 2 sticks of butter melted in a glass
dish.
measuring cup.
Okay, yeah.
And then pour it all over the popcorn.
Man, bacon grease.
Fantastic.
I'm about to go make some bacon when we're done.
Fantastic. Now here's the big debate. Are you team Twizzler or team Red Vine?
Okay, so I'm team Red Vine.
Original. Not any of the flavors, not any of the weird shit.
Team Red Vine.
Okay.
The taste is better.
Okay.
They're a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And they last me longer.
Okay.
I will go, if you give me the same size packs.
Yep.
Red Vines, Twizzlers. 15 minutes, half an hour.
Okay.
The Twizzlers, they're so... yeah, they're gone.
Yep.
The Red Vines, they're a little bit tougher, if you will.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit more to eat them.
Well, see, I think Red Vines are chewier. I think the Twizzler is a firmer licorice.
I'll give you that. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
But I go faster with it because I'm savoring the Red Vines. We never did Red Vines as a kid. Everything was always Twizzlers. Mom loved Twizzlers. We ate Twizzlers. As I've gotten older and experienced Red Vine,
Red Vine's the way to go.
I'm going Red Vine.
There's an episode. Did you watch? Are you a Big Bang Theory fan?
I am a Big Bang.
Yes. So they love the same shit on the same day of the week.
Every day. Yeah.
And I remember one of the episodes. They were trying to go to watch a movie. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to see it after 7 o'clock because they're all nerds and they want to be home in bed.
Yep.
But Sheldon only eats Red Vine, so they had to figure out which movies were playing with Red Vines as the licorice versus Twizzler, plus another particular. Might have been Snowcaps, which to me are terrible.
Oh, I hate Snowcaps.
But I'm like, that resonates with me because I am a Red Vine guy all the way.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So,
well, that's going to bring us to this episode's version of What's Grinding Greenie. So welcome to What's Grinding Greenie. Today we're going to talk about that movie theater and we're going to talk about the damn cost. Holy shit, is that expensive? I just went online and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get 4 movie tickets for my family to go see a movie. $48 just for the tickets. That's not including any service fee or anything else. Just $48. Then when we get there, I'm going to lose even more money, right? I've got to buy snacks. We're talking a jumbo thing of extra buttery popcorn. And icy, one of those blue raspberry Slurpees. And a big-ass Coke Zero. And then, of course, for me and my daughter and our sweet tooth, there's got to be some candy involved. When we went to the movie last summer, 1 popcorn, 2 drinks, 2 candies, it was over $40. I'm $100 in just to see a damn movie. I know and I understand production costs. They add up. I get that we've remodeled all these theaters. They're outstanding looking. But you know what? We gotta come back down to earth. I shouldn't have to pay $100 to take my family to a theater. You know how many movies I can buy on Vudu for that? Even brand new, not on sale, I can buy at least 4, if not 5 movies and be able to enjoy them in the comfort of my home and wherever else I go.
I completely agree with you. When we were younger, many years ago.
Many years ago.
I remember it being $15 for 2 tickets.
Yep.
It was $5 for a large pop, $5 for large popcorn, $3 for one of these guys. Mm-hmm. We went to see. I firmly believe it was Downton Abbey: A New Era. I could be way off because I'm an idiot and my memory is as good as a frickin' squirrel's.
That's very true.
But I mean, it was $15 a ticket, so that's $30.
Yeah.
It was $7 for a medium Coke Zero or Dr. Pepper Zero or whatever it was. It was another $8 for a large popcorn. I'm like, and the two of my wife and I, we're not gonna eat a whole big ass bag of popcorn, so I just got a small. It was still $6.
Yeah.
Like 3 handfuls. It's like, good God, inflation's gonna do that.
Yeah.
I completely understand. These actors, for the most part, are bougie as hell.
They're paid.
They are paid. Their great grandkids are not going to have to work if they so choose to let the money line go through.
Do that.
But Christ Almighty, is it expensive? When we do a family movie, the 5 of us, it's a matinee. I'm sorry. I'm only paying matinee prices.
I get it.
And I'm also trying to go to movies more and taking a half day from work on a Tuesday or Wednesday when they do their bigger discounts to take the wife and kids. Because You know, my kids, if we went to a movie at 7 o'clock, my older two are going to be fine. They'll be able to stay up. But my younger one, she'll be asleep by 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to make it through the whole movie.
No, she won't make it through the whole movie. She can make it through the whole movie here at home.
Yeah.
Because we don't make them be quiet. They can move around. They can get up and go do stuff.
Yeah.
But you put her in that seat and watch Frozen. No, I don't think I've taken her to a movie yet, to be honest with you. I don't remember. I might have, but I can't remember. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But I guarantee you she's going to be on my lap, wanting to sit on me and end up sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I completely understand. I don't know if I would want to take a family of 5 unless it was like that movie, like the Dwayne Johnson.
Yep.
So type shit.
But you've got to have the balance because it's got to be something that everybody wants to see.
Yeah. You know what? The last movie I took them to was The Rise of Gru, Minions.
Okay.
That was in August. And all 5 of us went.
Yep.
And
all 5 of you would want to see that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Dude, I am
I know you're a bigger kid than your kids.
So the last couple of years for Halloween, we've done themed costumes.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years ago, we did A League of Their Own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was Marla Hooch. I'm a good Marla Hooch.
I'm sure you
I'm
are.
a great Marla Hooch.
You're a good hooch.
I mean, I got plenty of hooch back here. But this year this year, my younger two, Evelyn and Harper, and my wife and I did Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton wanted to do Wizard of Oz with her friend down the street. My mom did Wizard of Oz because my mom's a huge Wizard of Oz nut. And then Danny's mom from down the road, she did the Cowardly Lion. So she kind of played into it.
Okay.
Next year,
Minions.
I'm going as Gru.
I see you as the old scientist that farts a lot.
Dr. Nefario?
Yeah.
Well, Amanda's going to go as Lucy from Despicable Me 2 and 3.
Okay.
So we're going as Grucy.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to convince the girls
to go as the girls.
Not
the Minions.
We're either all 5 doing Minions,
mm-hmm.
or we're going as Grucy and the girls.
I like Grucy and the girls.
I like Grucy and the girls too, but I also like the Minions.
Well, here's the thing: if you go Grucy and the girls, you can get stuffed Minions and carry them with you, so you have the Minions with you.
We already have stuffed Minions. So
yeah, see that you don't have to do. Yeah,
but that kind of brings me into my segment because we watch that movie religiously around
mm-hmm.
here. Streaming platforms for movies and how those are going to operate. Welcome to Flying High with the Goose. Today I'd like to talk about the streaming services that are out there for movies. We are huge movie streamers. We've got Vudu where I buy them, either the hard copy and then I get the free digital download, or I can just go on the website, buy them. Love Vudu. We have Prime because we are Amazon fiends. You know, Amazon is everything. Always getting Amazon packages. Well, now I can watch movies. And then we got Netflix. Okay? Love Netflix. Here's what I'm not fond of with Netflix and what they're doing moving forward. I understand that it's expensive for the majority of the country and the majority of the people who spend their hard-earned money on things. 10, 13, 14 bucks a month expensive. I'm very fortunate. We can afford it. I share it with my sister because she's got some of my passwords. I have some of her passwords. Well, now they want to get away from password sharing and go to charging you extra. Well, you know what? If I have my Netflix subscription and I'm watching here at the house on my TV that I stream, I've got one IP address. If I'm at the lake, which we go to the lake all the time in the summer, and I have my cell phone or I have my tablet, and I want to watch a movie, it's going to hit another IP address. Same if I'm in Florida. You have all these different ways to watch things, but they're going to start canceling and pausing accounts and penalizing people for sharing. But are they really sharing? Odds are, probably. But there are going to be those instances where somebody's on vacation, they want to watch stuff. So I'm moving away from Netflix more and more and more, and I'm getting into Paramount Plus. I'm getting into, we have Plex is another streaming service that's free. They put on movies that have the right that they own the rights to, watch them on there. I think I'm going to start going away from Netflix. I know, granted, they have a lot of Netflix originals that I love to watch, but if I can't take that with me when I'm on vacation and I'm on a plane, sure, I can download it, but I can only download 1 or 2 at a time. Well, then I got to get right back on the app when I'm in Sarasota, Florida, and what are they going to do? They're going to pause or penalize my account. So something's got to be done. What that answer is, I don't know. But don't penalize me for watching on different IP addresses because I pay for it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. We have Netflix. We don't do a lot of password sharing in our family.
Right.
But as we've added things, we've added Paramount Plus, we have Peacock, we have several other things. Netflix, to be honest, goes by the wayside. I don't think I watched Netflix until we got into the Christmas movie season, and I watched some of the same Christmas movies that I watched for me.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean my wife isn't or my daughter isn't watching those.
Yeah. My kids are on Netflix every day watching stuff while they get ready for school, when they get home from school. But, we're in kind of a similar situation where our parent, well, your mother, my parents, and my wife's parents watch our kids frequently.
Yes.
And in order to get them to calm down after 8 o'clock, 8:30 when they've been running around and playing, they're going to want to watch a movie.
Yep. Netflix
is where they go. Well, my parents have my Netflix account because my kids are over there every week. My mother-in-law, same thing. We're over there. We're mostly with them in the summer and at the lake. Netflix.
Yep.
That's 3 IP addresses right there.
Yeah.
When we go to Florida, granted, I can download them. Perfect. Not a big deal. But when I get down there, I gotta delete them so I can download something else to watch.
Correct.
I'm hitting up with a
different IP address. Yeah.
When we go to Vegas 3 times a year. I download movies off of Netflix, and when I get to Vegas, there's another IP address. And when I'm in Vegas, I'm probably hitting 5 or 6 different IP addresses because they're constantly changing
them. Yep.
Here at my house, I've got 22 IP addresses that I can bounce off of based on my VPN, and my mesh router.
Yeah.
To get the best signal.
Gotcha.
So
makes sense.
I'm just going to get hit with fines and fines and fines. Like, I understand they want to limit password sharing. I get it.
Yeah.
Completely understand.
Makes sense to me.
But the question is will they be able to sustain business and stay in business?
No. If they regulate as hard as this could be,
yes,
they're going to lose market share. Because I'll be honest, they keep raising the prices on me. They're not putting out any quality entertainment. Why? All of the things I want to watch are migrating to something else.
There's 3 shows that me and Amanda watch that are Netflix originals.
Okay.
Bridgerton's probably the most famous one.
Okay.
But we watch a ton of Netflix shows. But again, I can't justify any of that shit if they're going to keep dinging me because I have 22 IP addresses that I bounce off of.
Yeah.
And,
sense.
odds are it's me and my family watching that account.
Yeah.
It's not like my sister is, sure, is she doing it? Yes. Is she doing it as much as we are? Hell no. My parents don't watch Netflix at all.
Yeah.
They're Farmer 5. It's probably like the Franken 7 or whatever. There's like 9 channels now that they have. Whatever you want to make the analogy. But we grew up on the Farmer 5.
No, I get it.
And they don't do it. But when my kids are over there, that's what they watch to calm down after playing hard with Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah.
So
no, it makes sense.
But yes, they are. It seems like every other year they're raising it $2 a month. $2 a month is not a big deal if you can afford it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like that much at a time.
Correct.
But $24 a year, that's
that adds up.
That's 12 gallons of milk. That's 22 loaves of bread for those who can't afford it. So can they sustain their business model if they put that harsh of what if simple solution is you've got one login.
Yep.
You get one IP address. And put that at a base rate of say $8.99 a month.
Yep.
Then if you can have 2 true profiles for $10 a month. Now you can do it from 3 or 4 different ones.
Yep.
And then elevate it based on how many profiles you have, and you pay so much per profile.
That makes sense.
Don't limit the amount of IP addresses.
Correct.
I would say you'd have your base rate, and for every profile you add, tack on
$2-3
up to $5 a month.
Okay.
So if you and I were to share and we had our own profile, I'd pay the base $8 a month or whatever it is, and then an additional $5 to have you have a profile in there.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think that would be a better business model. I think they're going to retain market share that way.
I think they could grow that way.
I think they would grow that way. Because remember how Netflix started out?
The mail-in back and forth.
Mail back and forth. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's kind of the movie side of our
Yeah. I think
so.
we're just going to kind of wrap up with our normal. We're going to hit the bold predictions.
Yep.
Get into our locks of the week. What you went with what I was originally going to go for. I think it's too easy. But go ahead with your lock of the week.
So the wildest stat that I've heard in a long time is Sunshine has yet to lose a Saturday football game since high school. He lost 2 games in high school, or no, he didn't lose a single game in high school.
Okay.
Except for one, and it was on a Friday night.
Okay.
Lost 2 games in college. One was on a Friday, one was on a Monday.
Okay.
So the Friday was the final 4, and then Monday was actually Natty.
Okay.
Lost 2, and then this past Saturday was his first Saturday not
in the NFL.
It was his first Saturday game and second largest comeback in playoff history because the Chargers frickin' choked.
Yeah, they did.
However, Chiefs cover over the Jags.
Yeah.
That's almost too easy.
That is.
But
it is.
It is what it is.
I'm jumping ship. I'm going basketball.
I was getting ready to say that this is the first
non-football pick. We're getting down. It was tough because I figured somebody was going to take the Chiefs over the Jags. That was an easy pick, right? Kansas got beat this week. They got beat in a heartbreaker to Kansas State.
Oh, okay.
Right? In men's basketball.
Kansas, I'm thinking Kansas City Chiefs.
No.
Okay.
Kansas men's basketball team.
Great game. Most upside-down college basketball season thus far we've seen in a long time.
Yes.
With upset on upset on upset.
So they get a chance again. They got TCU. Another ranked team. They're going to win this Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I got Kansas over TCU in men's basketball for my lock of the week.
All right, I like that you switched it up because obviously there's only three more weeks of football.
Okay,
so we can't pick football anymore.
We're gonna be done pretty soon.
We're gonna be done. So might have to start sharpening up my hockey knowledge.
Yeah, Premier League.
Oh yeah,
Premier League. So, for my dark horse this week, I am gonna go back to football.
Okay, I'm saying football.
I'm going to say that the Giants beat the Eagles.
I can see it.
I think they beat them by more than 3 points.
Well, they weren't supposed to beat the Vikes.
No.
They walked in.
Which we talked about.
They walked in and took
the Vikings played down.
Again.
And the Giants outplayed themselves.
Correct. I believe that the Giants can beat the Eagles, but it's going to ride on Danny Dimes.
The Giants have to have quick passes. They got to keep him from getting pressured. And they have to create pressure on Hurts and keep him contained. If they can do that, I think they've got enough weapons. I think Saquon can have a game and make this happen.
Yep.
And I think they're just playing so far above where they should that they keep riding the momentum.
Yep. So I'm going to go with the game that we just kind of watched, Week 17.
Okay.
I'm going Cincinnati Bengals, taking care of business, beating Buffalo outright.
Okay.
Right now, Buffalo is like a 4.5-point favorite.
Yep.
So Cincinnati's the dog. Joe Burrow is just that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy. I like the overall weapons for the Bengals versus the Buffalo weapons. Buffalo has no running game whatsoever.
Yep.
0 running game. They've got a good tight end. They've got a couple good receivers. I think that the Bengals, though, have a good secondary.
They're very well-rounded.
And they've got 3 guys that can catch the ball that line up on the line. They've got 2 guys that run the ball extremely well and a guy out of the backfield that receives the ball. And then, obviously, Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I mean, that's my wife and I are going to be watching that game on Sunday. We're going to be cheering for the Bengals.
Is that a Sunday game?
It is the Sunday 3 p.m. game.
Oh, you know what? There's a lot of controversial comments made about the 49ers and the Cowboys this weekend. So they're a Saturday game.
They're
Saturday game.
They're the primetime. No, they're the 49ers Cowboys are the primetime Sunday game.
Are they
6:30?
Oh, they must have changed it.
They're on Fox. Yeah. No, we have the Jags Chiefs at 4:30 on Saturday.
Then they changed it.
We have the Giants at the Eagles at the primetime 8:15 on Fox.
Okay, so they changed it because I listened to Colin Cowherd talk this week. He said that the Cowboys are pissed because they're going from Monday night to Saturday morning because they were going to be they were supposed to be the early
3 o'clock game.
The 3 o'clock game, and the 49ers got done playing Saturday at about 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then they wrapped that all the way, so they were talking about, 49ers for sure. I didn't realize that's changed.
Yes, that's changed.
Okay, well, then that's a whole different ballgame. That makes my little comment moot. So.
Okay. Some trivia.
All right.
Again, mixing it up. We did movies today.
Yep.
So, for my trivia question, what is the highest grossing movie of all time?
And it's got to be a movie that's came out in the last 5 to 10 years, just due to the fact that inflation's taken over and you pay more for everything. But for a long time, it was the Titanic, and then I believe it was the first Avatar. I don't know what it is.
It's Avatar.
Oh, okay. So
$2.9 billion grossing worldwide.
And that's been, 10 years since that's been out?
It's been out for a minute.
Maybe it's been longer. I think it's actually been out. I think it's like 08, 09, somewhere in there.
Yeah. 2.9. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. That's a ton of money. Man. And I want to see the new one, but it kind of goes back to my rule. It's over 2 hours. I'm waiting for it to come to my TV.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely TV.
That's
TV.
Yeah, I can pause it. I can take a nap in the middle because I'm going to get tired.
I've got to block off an entire day for a James Cameron movie.
Yeah.
So, if I want to watch both Avatars, I got to take a week's vacation.
That might not be enough for you. That might not be enough for you. I mean, you were watching a movie recently, and you were telling me it was the third day in a row you've watched the movie because you kept having to pause it.
Yeah, it happens.
All right. For what movie did Tom Hanks score his first Academy Award nomination?
Just the nomination?
Just the nomination.
I'm going to go Big.
Good guess. Phenomenal. It was Big.
Yeah, if you would have asked me what did he win for, that would have been a struggle.
I don't even know what he won.
Okay,
first one.
I don't either. Yeah. I'm guessing, if I was guessing, I would go You Got Mail. That would be my guess.
With Meg
or
Ryan.
Sleepless. One of those two I would have thought
in Seattle.
That he
were those both Meg Ryans?
Yes, they were.
If it wasn't that, then absolutely Forrest.
Yes, but I feel like when Forrest came out, he was already Academy Award winning.
I think you're right. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty good. Big is one of I love Big.
Big's a good movie.
Big's a good movie.
I like Tom Hanks, again, another actor. There's very few bad movies.
And you know what?
At least in the ones I've seen. And I've seen a lot of them. I might not have seen them all. I know I haven't seen Castaway. To me, I couldn't bear myself to watch a movie that has a guy on an island just by himself.
Spend 5 days watching it. It'd be fine. He's one of those sneaky great actors. He did comedies early, more serious roles middle, sprinkled in Toy Story for 3 or 4 of them for the comedy, and then like Road to Perdition. Was it Road to Perdition that he was in? Or was it Pride and Prejudice? Road to Perdition.
Yeah.
And then, The Terminal, great movie. Mm-hmm. But then he got more back into the serious role. I liked him as the pilot, where what was that movie called? He was the pilot that landed the plane in the Hudson River.
He was Sully?
He was Sully. Yep, he did Sully. And then he did...
So he won for Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
He was nominated for Big in '89.
Yep.
He won in '94 for Philadelphia, and then he came back as a back-to-back winner in '95. With Forrest.
Okay. Yeah, but then you got Castaway, Captain Phillips. He's a
okay.
You know what that one is, okay? And then there was another one. It was a war movie.
Saving Private?
No, that was phenomenal.
That's an amazing movie.
That's probably the most realistic war movie ever made. No, it's been in the last 2 or 3 years. If you have IMDb.
I just was looking at the awards, but yeah, I mean, we can talk about that forever. So
we could sit here and talk about that for days and days and days.
But I think we need to wrap it up. So, you know what? If you like what you see, you want to help us build this community, please, please, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ding the bell. Also follow us on TikTok at Greeny and the Goose. Still the same.
Still the same.
GREENYN, the letter N, the Goose.
Yep, haven't changed that.
And you know what? That's just going to wrap up another show.
And thanks for flying with us.